I've seen several pivotal moments in chess that broke world records, much like the one set by Garry Kasparov, where he did it by losing. In 1997, Kasparov was put up against Deep Blue, which was the strongest chess engine for that time period, as it could calculate 200 million positions per second, using a brute force method where it looks at every available move and decides which one is the best to play. In this match in 1997, Kasparov lost, which marked the first time that a chess engine had ever beaten a reigning world champion in a classical match. Now everyone remembers it as the exact moment chess computers started to take over.
Machines established its dominance over human players.
In one of the games in the match, Kasparov actually accused the engine of playing too much like a human, suspecting foul play.
Suspicions that my loss was not just the result of my bad play.
This came after the move knight takes e6, which Kasparov described as being way too human of a move because, quote, engines don't sacrifice pieces in the way that it did.
Machines didn't play such moves.
The longest chess game ever played included what looked like some pointless king moves and some silly mistakes, and it's actually happened quite recently in 2024 and was played in the 3rd Kingston Invitational between Billy Fellows and Peter D. Lelich and lasted a wild 272 moves, with black actually winning. There were a couple moments in this game that honestly just don't make sense, like Billy moving his king back and forward for what seemed like forever between moves 45 and 115 because no progress can be made on either side. Or when on move 183, Peter plays the move b5 and he decides to take it for some reason, ultimately giving Peter's pieces one crucial extra square to take advantage of, which actually ends up just losing him the game. And considering this guy is a 2200, I have no idea what he was thinking when he took. You could also ask yourself the question of why wasn't the 50 move rule played, where if no pawns are moved or captures are made for 50 moves, then the game is declared a draw, which could have been done as no pawn moves or captures were played between move 16 and 139, but unless we talk to them directly, I guess we'll never know. Before we move on to the most people played at one time, we should talk about some actual good players, like Emanuel Lasker, who holds the record of having the World Championship title for an entire 27 years, taking down some of chess's biggest names, including other world champions like Capablanca, Steinitz, and Frank Marshall. He reigned the chess world up until 1921, when he actually ended up losing to Capablanca 9 points to 5 in a game where he blundered a fork, got sacrificed on, and ultimately just got overpowered. If you don't want to get overpowered by your opponent's moves, then make sure to subscribe. Our next record was actually set in Iran in 2011, where Grandmaster Ehsan Gehem Makami played against 604 people all at the same time. Now, there are multiple questions I have with this, including how do you even have the space as well as the time? Like, this man is going to finish making his moves on all 604 boards and have run out of time on the first 20. But luckily there were no clocks, and apparently there was enough space as it was played in the Shahid Beheshti University in Tehran. And of course you're all wondering how well he did. Well, out of 604 games, he won 580, drew 16, and lost 8, giving him a win percentage of 97.35. And apparently he walked 55 kilometers throughout this entire 25-hour ordeal, which is roughly 1.25 marathons. I'm sure everyone watching has heard of Viswanathan Anand, but what I bet you didn't know is that he actually had the fastest win in any World Championship match ever, beating his opponent, who was none other than Boris Gelfand, in only 17 moves in Game 8 of the 2012 World Championship match. It seems as though Boris thought he could get away with playing bishop takes f5 and grabbing a free pawn, but Anand cleverly calculated that this in fact didn't work, and after a couple moves plays queen f2. And what you quickly begin to realize is that the queen is trapped after bishop g2, which would have led to a winning position for Anand, forcing Boris to actually just resign. So this 17 move game took the record for the fastest ever win in a World Championship match, and is the sole reason why Anand defended his title, as in the previous game he had actually just lost to Gelfand. This win gave him momentum to keep fighting, leading to his defending of his title, only then to lose it a year later to a player we will get onto who has their own world record. Moving on now to more long and large chess related things, the longest official chess marathon, that being the longest time playing chess straight, was a whopping 60 hours and was achieved by Tunde Onakoya, and he did this in Times Square in New York, and despite facing fits of vomiting and stomach pain by the 58-hour mark, pushed on and managed to beat the current world record at the time of 56 hours, 9 minutes and 57 seconds. And something you'll be pleased to know is that this was all for charity, as Tunde is actually the founder of the charity Chess in Slums, which helps bring chess to those in unfortunate circumstances. Magnus Carlsen started out as a prodigy in the chess world, taking it by storm when he became one of the world's youngest grandmasters ever at the age of 13 years, 4 months and 7 days. On his way up through the ranks, he made everyone know his name by taking on the biggest names, such as Garry Kasparov. Now, most people know this famous game where Magnus drew against the GOAT, and although it shocked everybody, what most people don't know is that in the very same event, he took on another world champion, Anatoly Karpov, and actually won. In this game, you can see the exact moment where Karpov loses. Now, the notation isn't available, but I have managed to recreate the final position, where we can see that Carlsen plays the move f4, which after a couple of captures will eventually lead to Karpov losing his queen. We say all this now to set the stage for his record that came in 2014, where in the Geshimov Memorial, he won 5 games to get himself the highest chess rating ever recorded at 2,882, which beat Kasparov's record at the time of 2,851 in July of 1999. Magnus now says he's aiming for 2,900, but only time will tell whether or not he actually achieves this. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. Love you all, and goodbye.